That's fine. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rab Rogers Field here on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. We've got some GAC baseball action for you today between the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers and your Ouachita Tigers. Looking forward to a great matchup today. Northwestern Oklahoma State coming into this matchup 7-8 overall and 6-6 in GAC play. Ouachita coming in at 5-12 overall and 3-9 in GAC play. You can hear the PA announcer going over the lineups now for either team. We'll give you a recap of the lineups right after the national anthem. But don't let the record for Ouachita necessarily fool you. They've had to play the top part of the GAC so far this season to start. But we'll take a quick pause for the national anthem. All right, it is time to get ready for Game 1 of a 3-game GAC series. Now you might have noticed a new camera angle during that national anthem. This is the debut weekend of our brand new center field camera here with OSDN. Finally, we're able to get a new cable long enough to reach out to center field, so we'll be able to bring you a great news shot. Another step up here for the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. It's a fantastic angle now. You see it on your screen, and on the mound for the Tigers to start things off is going to be Luke Skaggs. You saw him warming up there, but we'll go through the lineups for both teams. For Northwestern Oklahoma State, it'll be right field number 27, Dylan Norson. Shortstop number 5, Yugo Hamakawa. Left field number 2, Dashell Johnson. Third base number 6, Marquise Page. Designated hitter number 12 is Blake Hoffman. Center field is number 13, Preston Lonadier. First base is number 35, Parker Bass. Catcher is number 9, Jake White. And second base is number 1, Brett Erickson. In the bottom half of this inning, we'll see their starting pitcher, Scott Frieden. For the Tigers, you're going to have at second base, number 2, Tyler Reebok. Third base, number 4, C-Dub Schrader. Left field, number 22, Cade Burris. First base, number 15, Cole Kelly. Catching will be number 21, Cade McBride. Right field will be number 5, Pierce Mitchell. Center field, number 1, Lewis Steen. Designated hitter today for the Tigers will be number 11, Blake Tubbs. And at shortstop, Simmons Sowell. See the throw down there to second. We are getting ready. You see the first batter of the game, number 27, Dylan Norson. Said Skaggs, the starting pitcher today for the Tigers. Norson will show bunt, but pull back, and it will be strike 1 from Skaggs. Norson batting .327 this season. That one's going to miss for ball 1. So Norson batting .327 for the Rangers this season. One count here for Skaggs. And it'll be fouled back into the net for strike 2. One-two count. That's going to be hit down the right field line, but it'll go foul into the visitor bullpen. Count will stay at 1-2. Skaggs looking to win the first battle of the day. That one's going to be outside, ball 2. Count evens up 2-2. Dylan Norson is a junior out of Loveland, Colorado. Transferred in out of Northeastern Junior College for the Rangers. That's going to be hit deep into left field. Burris is going to have to go back. It's going to land out the wall. Looks like it'll be a double for Norson. There's nobody covering second. So a stand-up double to start the day for the Rangers with Dylan Norson. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Yugo Hamakawa. Hamakawa batting .368. A junior out of Tokyo, Japan. They got a runner on second here. Shows bunt, a great bunt to third base, fielded by Schrader over to Kelly at first. They get the out, but the bunt does its job and advances Norson over to third. So one out now, but a runner on third. That'll bring up the 3-hole The Shield Johnson. Johnson, a senior out of Louisville, Texas. First pitch from Skaggs will miss low for ball one. Skaggs coming in with an ERA of 3.99, making his sixth start as that's going to be hit to Sowell over at short and fired long way over to Kelly for out number 2. Couldn't get the play at the plate, so Northwestern scores first. A great throw by Sowell to make that from deep over there, close to the grass, to make it to get out number 2. First pitch from Skaggs finds the zone for strike 1. So Northwestern takes a 1-0 lead here in the top half of the first inning. 2 outs now, nobody on. So it's Skaggs' sixth start. That's going to be hit fair towards Kelly at first. Skaggs going to have to come over, and Kelly will handle it himself for a first base unassisted to end the inning. So that does it for the first half of the first inning. Northwestern Oklahoma strikes first on a sac, not really a bunt. It was a hit over to shortstop that scored Northern from first. After that, it was 3 quick outs. So Tigers will look to answer back here as they are down 1 run. So looking at the standings for the GAC this year, Ouachita has already played the teams that are in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And next week they'll be playing the number 1 team. So they've played the top half of the conference so far. As they are, Ouachita is sitting in 10th place at 3-9. Northwestern Oklahoma State is tied for 7th at 6-6. It's one of those things. It's hard to let that schedule. The schedule can throw you, or the record can throw you off there. Even though Tigers have played some of the best competition in the GAC so far, as the Tigers leadoff man Tyler Reebok steps into the batter's box. He'll watch the first pitch go by for strike 1. He swung and missed for strike 2. Reebok batting .283 on the season, but a on-base percentage of .479. He finds a way to get on base most of the time, as that's going to be lined into left field. It's going to get, I thought it was going to get over the head of Johnson, but it did not, so that'll be out number 1. And that'll bring up the third baseman, C-Dub Schrader. Ouachita has been swept a couple of times against Oklahoma Baptist and last weekend against Southwestern Oklahoma State. They won the series against Harding 2-1. That was the only home series they've had so far, as that pitch from Creedon finds the zone for strike 1. And they lost series against SAU, but were able to get a win against the Mule Riders down in Magnolia 2 weeks ago. Tigers did get back in the win column on Tuesday against Texas A&M Texarkana. A great breaking ball there from Creedon. Finds the zone for strike 2. That's going to be hit over to the second baseman. That's Erickson for out number 2. And that'll bring up Cade Burris, sophomore out of Walnut Ridge, batting in the 3-hole and playing left field today. Burris is the team's leading batter at 300 even. Played in all 17 games for the Tigers. That's going to be lined straight to Page at third, and then over to base at first. So a quick 1-2-3 inning, go the Tigers, and that'll do it for the first inning. We'll stay right here for the in-between innings. Like I said, Ouachita trails Northwestern Oklahoma State 1-0. Skaggs will be back out on the mound for another inning of work. Due up for the Rangers is going to be 5, 6, and 7. That's Hoffman, Lonadier, and Base. So Skaggs, like I said, making his sixth start. He's a good pitcher for the Tigers. His record doesn't show it, but the other stats do. He said his record is a 1-4 so far as a starter. Or that's just his record on the season. He's got the lowest ERA on the team with a 3.99. He's pitched the most innings at 29 1/3. He's walked 7 and struck out 19. Strikeouts the second most on the team. That he's got a whip of 130, opponents batting just 279 against him. Stepping into the box now will be Blake Hoffman, the designated hitter. First pitch from Skaggs finds the zone for strike one. Hoffman, a junior out of the Colony, Texas. That's going to be hit over into right field past first base for a leadoff single. So another leadoff base runner for the Rangers. That'll bring up Preston Lonadier. Be popped back up into the net for strike one. Lonadier, the leading batter for the Rangers this season, batting .385. Making his 11th start. That one's going to just miss from Skaggs for ball one. The count even up. That'll be a swing and a miss for strike two. Lonadier stepping back into the box. Slugging .590 on the season, like I said, the leading batter. That one's just going to miss. The count evens up 2-2. Get a lead over there at first. Runner shows goes. That's going to be hit straight to Schrader at third. Over to Reebok at second. And to Kelly at first. 5-4-3 double play. And Tigers get that leadoff runner back in the dugout. And now get 2 outs on the board. A great job by that Tiger defense. And that'll bring up the first baseman, number 35, Parker Base. First pitch is inside for ball one. That was a great job by Schrader over there at third to get that one up and over to Reebok at second. Appears to have made a switch, or Coach Howard has appeared to have made a switch as that one's going to be popped up and out of play. Typically this season you saw Schrader over at second and Reebok at third. That's what third was Reebok's main position, but it looks like they've decided to make a change, and it worked out right there. That's going to be popped up into center field. Looks like Steen's getting under it and makes the grab. That'll be out number 3. Rangers go 3 up, 3 down to end the top half of the second inning. Rangers still lead it even though they got one runner on, or they got one on, didn't score. Northwestern Oklahoma State leads Ouachita 1-0. Take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At the time, I just wasn't thinking. I used social media to vent. I wish I would have thought about the effects of scaring people. I didn't mean for that to happen. People took it as a terrorist threat. The university got shut down. I got arrested by the FBI. And now, I don't know what my future looks like. I search my name on the web almost every day and look at the stuff. It's not going away. Think before you post.
And welcome back to Rab Rogers Field. Getting ready for the bottom half of the second inning. Ouachita trails 1-0 behind the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers. Due up for the Tigers is going to be 4, 5, and 6. That's Cole Kelly, Cade McBride, and Pierce Mitchell. Kelly stepping into the box now. First pitch misses for ball 1. Kelly is a redshirt senior out of Independence, Mississippi, in Magnolia Heights High School. 1-0 off speed finds the zone for strike 1. Count evens up. Kelly batting .298 on the season. That one misses for ball 2. Played in 15 of the 17 games for the Tigers this year. 2-1 outside, ball 3. Has a couple of home runs to his name. On base is up there in the 400s at 424. Has 16 RBI and scored 11 runs, and that'll be a leadoff walk for the Tigers. You want to find a way on base any way you can. So the Tigers get a leadoff base runner of their own here in the bottom half of the second inning. Let's see if they can capitalize on this. And up comes Cade McBride, the catcher today for the Tigers, a senior out of Prosper, Texas, batting .276 on the season. Started all but one game. Pickoff attempt, no good over first base. That was a bit off and wide. So we'll see if that comes into play later. If that continues, we could see an error. That one's going to be up high for ball 1. If those pickoff attempts are still a little off the mark, we could see that get by base over there at first. 1-0 count here to McBride. That one's going to be outside, ball 2. So McBride batting .276 on the year. And that pitch finds the zone for strike 1. He's batting better than he was last year by about 30% or 30 points. That's going to be hit over to Page at third, over to Hakakawa. Second, that'll be a double play as they got over to base. So Tigers get a 5-4-3 double play And then the Rangers answer right back with one of their own. So just like that, 2 outs and nobody on. Pierce Mitchell. First pitch there from Creedon, finds the zone, strike one. Creedon, one of the lower ERAs of the Rangers team at a 2.08. 3-1 on the season, making his fifth appearance with his 4th start of the year. Has pitched a complete game so far this season. That's going to be popped up. Catcher has a hard time getting him. White says he gets under it, and he makes the ground for out number 3. So that'll do it for the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Tigers get 1 runner on, but that's all they can do. No runs on no hits and no errors. And that'll do it for the 2nd inning of play. Take a quick break. We'll be right back here for the 3rd inning on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
And welcome back to Rab Rogers Field for the top half of the 3rd inning. So Northwestern Oklahoma State still leads it by 1. Skaggs back out on the mound for another inning of work. Skaggs is a senior on this Tiger team out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Attended Wakeland High School down in Texas. Due up for the Rangers is going to be 8-9-1. Be Jake White, Brett Erickson, and back out to the top of the lineup, Dylan Norson. First pitch will go back behind McBride for ball 1. Jake White batting .237. That one will be strike 1 from Skaggs. Senior out of Frisco, Texas for the Rangers. That's going to be swung on and missed for strike 2. Skaggs back ahead in the count. That one's going to be up high for ball 2. The Tigers in their white pinstripe jerseys today with the black hats. Northwestern Oklahoma State in their all gray jerseys. That's going to be hit into left field. Burris going back, tracking under it, and makes the grab for out number 1. So the Rangers will not get a leadoff base runner this inning like they had in the previous 2. And now up will be the second baseman, Brett Erickson. 9-hole hitter for the Rangers. Erickson batting .256 on the season. First pitch from Skaggs. Finds a zone for strike 1. That's going to be hit into left field. Burris going back once again, gets under it, tracks it back onto the warning track, and makes the grab just before the fence for out number 2. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Dylan Norson. Hit a double to start the game and scored the game's only run so far back in the 1st inning. First pitch from Skaggs finds the zone. Strike one. The Norson, a junior out of Loveland, Colorado. Great breaking ball there from Skaggs for strike two. Skaggs ahead in the count 0-2, looking to finish it off. That one's going to be just outside. Trying to get Norson to chase, but wouldn't go. It'll be ball one. The 1-2 popped up out of play. Count will stay at 1-2 here with 2 outs and nobody on for Northwestern Oklahoma State. Skaggs looking for his first strikeout of the day here as he's ahead 1-2 on the way. That'll be hit over to Schrader at third, gets it on the hop, fires across the diamond over to Kelly at first. Out number 3. Rangers go 3 up, 3 down, and that'll do it for the top half of the third inning. No runs on no hits and no errors. Take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Wichita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Oakita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
And welcome back to Rad Rogers Field here at Ouachita Baptist University. Getting ready for the bottom half of the third inning. Northwestern Oklahoma State leads at 1-0. The due up for the Tigers will be 7, 8, and 9. Creedon back out on the mound for Northwestern Oklahoma State. Well, it hasn't been a perfect game for the one due to the one walked. Creedon has faced the minimum so far in first 2 innings. Lewis Steen now stepping into the box. Steen, the center fielder, as he hits that one into left field. Johnson has to come up and makes the grab for out number 1. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Blake Tubbs, number 11. Tubbs is a senior out of Hartshorn, Oklahoma. Hartshorn High School. First pitch there will be strike 1 from Creedon. Tubbs batting 189 so far on the season. That one's going to be up a bit high for ball 1. Count evens up. A beautiful day for some spring baseball here in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. All speed there outside. Ball 2. Leaves starting to come in on the trees. Everything's getting a little bit greener here in Arkadelphia. That's going to be swung on and missed for strike 2. Typically, this week would have been the spring break week for students here at Ouachita, but due to COVID precautions, ended up not getting that spring break, instead of having a few off days. That's going to be ripped right up the middle for a base hit for Tubbs. Now to bring up Simmons Sowell, the 9-hole hitter. Sowell, the senior out of Barr, Mississippi, and Slayton High School. Tubbs getting a lead over there at first. Simmons will watch that one go by for strike 1. That'll be hit over towards shortstop, over to Erickson, and in time over there at base at first for another double play to end the inning. The 6-4 double play does it for the third inning. Ouachita still trails 1-0. Take another quick break, and we'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
And welcome back to Rav Rogers Field. You see that shot out there of the deck in center field. Over near the left side of it, you can see Rachel Sansano, who's running that center field camera for us today in game 1. Y'all see a bunch of, I believe that's usually the men of Beta Beta out there on the center field deck. They're getting ready for the bottom half of the 4th inning. Skaggs back out on the mound for another inning of work. That was first. It'll be hit over into left field. Made the grab by Burris for out number 1. That was Yugo Hamakawa. So those people out there on the deck is why that shot to center field will be shaking occasionally. Now batting will be DeShield Johnson, the left fielder. That's going to be hit over to Schrader. It'll bounce off his glove and go into shallow left. Base hit as Johnson rounds first but heads on back in. That will bring up Marcus Page. Last time up, grounded over to first to end in the first inning. Breaking ball there finds the zone. Strike 1. The 0-1 from, or it'll be a pickoff attempt over there first, not in time. Waiting to see if they rule that over there to Schrader as an error or a hit. Another pickoff attempt not in time. That's going to be hit into left field. Burris having to run back towards the wall, and that'll be a home run for Marcus Page. 2-run homer. Put Northwestern Oklahoma up 3-0 now. So that one just cleared the top of the fence there over there in the left, but that'll bring up Blake Hoffman. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Another swing and a miss, strike 2. The 0-2 on its way. That's going to be fouled away. Count stays the same. That one's going to miss for ball one. That one will be fouled. Count stays at 1-2. Just saw it come across. They did rule that hit, or the one over there to Schrader by Johnson, as an error on Schrader at third. But did not go in the books as a hit. Be fouled back into the net. Hoffman doing a good job battling up there at the plate. Hoffman, the lefty out of the Colony, Texas. Breaking ball up high, ball two. Two-two pitch. That's going to be hit into deep right field. Mitchum's going to go back. And that'll be back-to-back home runs for Northwestern Oklahoma State. Looks like head coach Luke Howards wants to head out and have a quick word with Skaggs out on the mound. Nobody warming up in the Tiger bullpen yet, so it's still Skaggs' game. Coming into today, Skaggs had not allowed a single home run, and he's just given up two in a row. He'll be facing off against the 6-hole hitter, Preston Lonadier now. Lonadier grounded in a double play back in the second inning. Northwestern now up 4-0. First pitch there from Skaggs finds the zone, strike one. Swing and a miss there, strike two. No two count. Skaggs once again ahead. That's going to be hit into left field. Burrs is going to come up. That one was fairly shallow. And that'll be out number two. That'll bring up Parker Bass, the third baseman, flew out to center field back in the second to end the inning. 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch there from Skaggs finds the zone, strike one. Skaggs has done a good job today getting it ahead in the count early, but he struggled there near the end, like after a few foul offs or a missed pitch here or there. We've seen that a lot so far this season with the Tigers. The 1-1 swung on and missed, strike two. Skaggs still ahead in the count. We'll see if he can come out on top of this one. Fouled back into the net. Count stays 1-2. Base is a junior out of Abilene, Kansas. The 1-2. Fouled away. We'll see another one. Base batting .216. But that one missed the zone there. Count evens up to 2-2. That is hit sky high. Reebok gets under it, says he's got it, calls everybody off, and makes the grab for out number 3. That'll do it for the top half of the 4th inning. Northwestern Oklahoma State's plates 3 more on 2 home runs to take a 4-0 lead as we get ready to head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Take another quick break. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Work. They're getting ready to start the bottom half of the 4th inning. Ouachita trailing 4-0 by Northwestern Oklahoma State University. Back to the leadoff here in Tyler Reebok. Creedon back out on the mound for another inning of work. He's faced the minimum so far, because anytime a Tiger's gotten on base, whether it be the 1 walk or the 1 hit, the Rangers have been able to get themselves out of it by following it up with a double play. He's only faced 9 batters so far. That one's going to miss inside for ball 2. First pitch was a little outside. That one goes a little bit too far in. Reebok does a good job getting on base. That's going to be fouled back into the net. He's been walked 17 times so far this year and only struck out 14. So one of the few Tigers with a decent walk to strikeout ratio. Ooh, breaking ball there from Creedon, finds the zone. Strike 2. The 2-2. That'll be hit into right center. They're going back at the wall. It's going to land at the wall. And Reebok will get a leadoff double to start the bottom half of the 4th inning. A solid hit from Reebok, the senior out of Rockwall. And so that'll bring up the 3rd baseman, C-Dub Schrader. Reebok getting that double should take away the chance at a double play. But now C-Dub Schrader, the sophomore out of Red Oak, Texas, now into the box. That one's going to be outside for ball 1. Be inside. That's going to be strike 1 on Schrader. Schrader batting .259 on the season so far. Played and started in 15 games this season. Does have 6 RBI on his name. That's going to be hit over to the third baseman, Page. Throws over to base in time for out number 1. Reebok stays at second. That will bring up the left fielder, Cade Burris. Burris grounded out to third, back in the third inning. Burris was the team's leading batter coming into the day, 300 even. Pickoff attempt back to second, not in time. Reebok gets back. See the second baseman Erickson there sprint over. Get there. Look for it again as Erickson does fade closer back to second. You see Reebok go back there as Creedon steps off the mound. Creedon winds up. I was going to find the zone, strike 1. 1 out here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Ouachita trying to cut into a 4-run deficit. Reebok goes. No throw from White, the catcher. That'll be a stolen base for Reebok. That was his 4th stolen base on the year. He is now 4 for 4 this season. The 1-1 hit over. It'll get through. It'll be picked up by Hamakawa. Throw is in time. I thought that Burris might be able to beat it out, but not. But Reebok scores on it. And Tigers have cut in that lead now, make the score 4-1. I guess Kelly thought he hit him, but umpire calls it a strike. Coach Howard's going to come out and have a quick word. Kelly's, you just saw Kelly point at his shoulder like, it hit me right here. Unless they're possibly saying that he leaned into it or it was part of a swing, which would be considered a strike, but not quite sure about this one. Coach Howard's going to follow him back behind it, or behind the plate again. I mean, it looked like it hit Kelly. Howard not happy about that one at all. So Kelly's going to have to step back in here with an 0-1 count now. Kelly walked last time up. Then got caught up in a double play. That'll be called strike 2. The 0-2 outside, ball 1. So 1-2 count here on Kelly. Going to be fouled off. Kelly batting .298. Second highest average on the team so far. That one's going to miss for ball 2. Even the count up at 2s across the board. Creedon with the 2-2. That'll be chopped straight towards Creedon, who will bobble it off the glove, without to barehand it up, and overthrows base at first. Kelly's going to round and head on over to second, slide in. He'll be safe. So he'll reach on that one by an error by Creedon. Great job by Kelly on that one. We're going to have a quick word out there on the mound. We had, like I said, a quick conference out there at the mound. Still Creedon's game after the error that put Kelly out there at second. That was going to be popped up and fouled. That'll be an 0-1 count here on McBride. McBride grounded into a double play back in the second inning. Kelly getting a decent lead out there at second. That'll find the zone for strike 2. McBride, a senior out of Prosper, Texas. The 0-2 hit over through the gap, so Kelly's going to go to third. He'll round third. There's a throw from Johnson. Not in time. Kelly scores, and the lead is cut to 2. So an RBI single for Cade McBride. Scores Kelly. Score is now 4-2. A great job there. Was able to hit it in the gap between third and short. That will bring up Pierce Mitchell. He popped up to the catcher last time up. That's going to be hit over straight to Hamakawa, who will pitch it over to Erickson at second for out number 3. The Tigers are able to get 2 back here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. But that'll do it for the bottom half of the 4th inning. Northwestern still leads this one, but now the score is 4-2. We'll take a quick break and be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And welcome back to Rab Rogers Field. The score is now 4-2. Both teams have committed that error, or have committed an error. That previous error is what led to that second run for the Tigers. Skaggs back out on the mound. Due up for Northwestern Oklahoma will be 8, 9, and 1. That will be White, Erickson, and Norson. There's a throwdown from McBride to Reebok. So stepping in now will be number 9, Jake White. Blew out to left back in the 3rd inning. First pitch there will miss for ball 1. That one will miss for ball 2. So no 2 or a 2-0 count. Skaggs behind. Be swung, hit right to Skaggs, who gets it on the hop. He'll run over and pitch over to Kelly at first for out number 1. Skaggs saw what Creedon did trying to throw. I'll get a little bit closer and just underhand that one over to Kelly. That'll bring up Brett Erickson. So a quick hello to the DeWitt Dragons, who are in attendance today here at Rab Rogers Field. They're down here playing in a spring break tournament. So they're out in the stands taking in some college baseball as the first pitch from Skaggs finds the zone for strike one. Time is called. Like I said, you can see the DeWitt Dragons there. Just saw them on your screen in their blue uniforms. The 0-1 chopped over to Schrader, gets it on the hop, fires across the diamond over to Kelly for out number 2. And that'll bring us back to the top of the lineup in Dylan Norson. Norson 1 for 2 on the day with a double and a run scored. First pitch from Skaggs, off speed, strike one. The Norson coming in batting .327 on the season. The 0-1 inside, ball one. Norson stepping back in. That one's just outside for ball two. The 2-1 count here with 2 outs. Inside once again, ball three. Skaggs behind in the count here, 3-1. See if he can run the count full here. That's going to be hit into left field for a base hit. So 2-out base runner here in Dylan Norson after the single into left, and that'll bring up Yugo Hamakawa. Hamakawa is 0 for 2 on the day with a sacrifice bunt and a fly out to left. First pitch there is a strike for strike one. Oh, he's 0 for 1 of the day. So, yeah, so he had that sac bunt, which doesn't count as an at-bat. So he's 0 for 1 with the fly out to left. Pickoff is in time. Great job there, Luke Skaggs. Got Norson. A fantastic pickoff by Skaggs. And that'll end the top half of the 5th inning. So the Rangers get one on, but the Tigers put him right back in the dugout. We'll head to a break real quick. Ouachita still trailing 4-2. You're watching the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In the number 2 position on our top 30 countdown this week, here's In Your Hands. Hey, are you trying to kill us both?
What?
Are you aware that on average there are almost 10 texting and driving deaths each day?
No, that's awful.
Yeah, it is awful, so don't do it. The text can wait.
Thanks.
Anytime. And now...
Remember, the text can wait.
And welcome back to Ouachita Baptist University. Getting ready for the bottom half of the 5th inning. You can see the scoreboard there, and in the background, the Ward Indoor Tennis Center. The Tigers still trail Northwestern Oklahoma State 4-2. Looking to change that here. One's going to be outside. Creedon back out on the mound. Due up for the Tigers is going to be 7, 8, 9. So that's Steen, Tubbs, and Sowell. Steen flew out to left last time up. That'll be hit over to Page and over to base in time for out number 1. And that'll bring up Blake Tubbs. Tubbs got a single and then got caught up in a double play back in the 3rd inning. First pitch there will miss for ball 1. The 1-0 popped up out of play, strike one. So looking at the schedule so far for Northwestern Oklahoma, they started the season against Rogers State University with a 3-game series that they lost 2-1. That one's going to be popped up for strike two. To start GAC play, they went to, or no, UAM made the trip up there. They actually won the series against UAM, then proceeded to lose 2 series in a row to East Central and Southeastern Oklahoma State. Then they took on Henderson and beat them in the series to bring it up here. It was a strikeout there for out number 2. That'll bring up the shortstop, Simmons Sowell. 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch misses for ball 1. So, Northwestern has played kind of the bottom part of the GAC. That one's going to be hit over to shortstop and over to base at first for out number 3. So that'll do it. Tigers go 3 up, 3 down, bottom of the 5th inning. Still trailing by 2. We'll take another quick break. Be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together. I feel like I was able to come here and get my triple major, as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
And welcome back to Ouachita Baptist University, getting ready for the top half of the 6th inning. Luke Skaggs back out on the mound for another inning of work. Tigers trail 4-2 here. We get ready to start the 6th inning. Throw down to second. But so far, looking at the schedule for Northwestern, we were talking about that before the break. The 4 schools they've played, the highest they are in the rankings is Southeastern. And they're in 6th. So they're in 6th place. That one's going to be inside for ball 1. Whereas Ouachita's played 2, 3, 4, and 5. They've played 6, 7, 8, and 9. That one's going to be outside ball 2. So these two teams have had 2 opposite schedules to start on so far. So I feel like Ouachita has a good chance to come back and get game 1, as that one's going to be fouled back into the net. One-two count here for Skaggs. That one's going to be hit into left field for a leadoff base hit for Hamakawa. And that will bring up Dashiell Johnson. Had a single and scored a run back in the 4th inning. 0 for 1 on the day with an RBI. Or 1 for 2 on the day, with an RBI. One-0 count here. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Pickoff not in time. That was going to miss the zone for ball 2. Two-one count here on Johnson, the left fielder. Skaggs will step off the mound. One of the pitchers who pitches from the far right side of the rubber. That's going to be hit into left field. Burst is going to go over and get under it. Makes the catch at the track, and Hamakawa will head on back into first. That will bring up Marcus Page. Is 1 for 2 on the day with a 2-run homer back in the third. Is that one to be hit over? Get under the glove of Sowell. That'll be a base hit. Hamakawa holds up at second. Should be ruled as a hit, as that was a hard hit ball and Sowell had to dive for it, and it just got under the glove. Had a chance for it. Just a bad bounce. So that'll bring up Blake Hoffman. Hoffman 2 for 2 on the day with a homer back in the fourth. That's going to be hit into right field for a base hit, and that'll load the bases with 1 out. Hamakawa ended up holding up at third. Page moved on over to second. Hoffman stands there on first. Bases loaded, 1 out as Preston Londonier steps into the box. Londonier is the leading batter for the Rangers. 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded into a double play and flew out to left. The base hit scores possibly 2, and even a long fly ball will score 1. First pitch from Skaggs, low, ball 1. Good job by McBride to block that one. Don't want to let any get by right now. Tigers trying to get out of a jam here with bases loaded and 1 out. They're already trailing by 2. The 1-0. Swung on, hit right up the middle to Sal. Picks it up, bobbles it, gets it to Reebok at second. But 1 run will score. As Hamakawa came home. They were able to get Hoffman at second. Page made it over to third. And Londonier stops at first with an RBI fielder's choice. Score is now 5-2 in favor of the Rangers. Stepping in now will be Parker Bass, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Inside ball 1. One-0 from Skaggs. It'll bounce to the turf for ball 2. Another good job there by McBride to block. That's going to be hit up the middle. Reebok will dive. He'll bounce it. But another run will score, and nobody gets out on that one as Page comes home. Londonier made it into second, and Base stays on first, or made it to first. Northwestern now up 6-2. Two outs once again as Jake White, the 8-hole hitter, steps into the box. 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch there from Skaggs finds his own, strike one. Just saw a pitcher run to the bullpen for the Tigers. That was number 20, Michael Soyson. The 0-1 from Skaggs, outside, ball one. So Soyson now down in the pen warming up for the Tigers, just in case Skaggs can't get out of this jam. The 1-1, hit, foul, strike two. And Soyson in the pen is a right-hander. Junior out of Jasper, Texas, transferring out of Panola College. 1-2 up high, ball two. Got runners on first and second here with two outs. Twos across the board here. 2-2, swung on, base hit into left field. Bird's gonna have to go over and get it. It might score two. They'll send Londonier around, and he will score. That'll be an RBI for Jake White. Base held up at second. Northwestern now back up on top. 3 runs, 7-2, or 5 runs. Sorry, I can't do math. 5 runs, 7-2. Have a quick word out there on the mound between McBride and Reebok Skaggs. Skaggs need to settle in here. Skaggs is already at 88 pitches so far on the day here in the 6th inning. So with that number inching upward, his day would be getting close to close anyhow. He'll be facing off now against Brett Erickson. It's going to be low for ball one. Erickson, the second baseman, batting in the 9-hole. Flew out to left and grounded out to third. One 0 count here on its way from Skaggs. Finds the zone, strike one. A decent crowd on hand today here at Rab Rogers Field, taking in some Friday afternoon GAC baseball. One's up high, ball two. The 2-1 fouled back into the net for strike two. Twos across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 1 runner on. 2 runners on, sorry, runners at first and second. 2-2, breaking ball, called, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Northwestern plates 3 more to take a 7-2 lead over the Ouachita Tigers. Skaggs picks up his first strikeout of the day. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Tigers trailing by 5. Take a quick break. Be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
It's an ordinary day. Stephanie's driving home from school, like she does every day. Since she's almost home, She takes a quick glance at her phone, like she does every day. She arrives safely, like she does every day. It's another ordinary day. But then, something out of the ordinary happens. Distracted driving kills.
And welcome back to Rav Rogers Field here on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. Getting ready for the bottom half of the 6th inning. Ouachita trailing 7-2 behind the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers. Scott Creedon back out on the mound for another inning of work. Was told to give a shout out to the Creedon family out in Boston, Massachusetts, or around the Boston area in Massachusetts, as it says Creedon's from Braintree, Massachusetts. While part of the OSDN crew was down here getting stuff ready, Creedon made friends with a couple of the OSDN crew last night while we were down here getting some equipment set up for today's game. Hopefully they're tuning in from all the way out in Massachusetts. Leading off here will be Tyler Reebok. First pitch there from Creedon's going to be up high for ball one. Looking at this roster here, Creedon being from Massachusetts made me think they've got people from all over the place. Where Ouachita mostly is from Arkansas, Texas, and Mississippi, with a few from, like one guy, I know we have one player from Colorado. That one's going to be called for strike one. But for the most part, we're from Arkansas, Texas, and a few from Mississippi. But for Northwestern Oklahoma State, I'm seeing some from Utah, Kansas, Oklahoma. Well, I mean, obviously Oklahoma because that's where they're from. That one's going to be strike two, a 2-2 count here on Reebok. Reebok 1 for 2 on the day with a stolen base and a run scored. We've got Nebraska. I see you've got Massachusetts, Arizona. That's going to be swung on and missed for strike 3 and out number 1. The second strikeout of the day for Creedon on the mound. I mean, you've also got Yugo Hamakawa from Tokyo, Japan. That one's going to be swung on for strike 1. So players from everywhere for Northwestern Oklahoma State. Now batting will be C-Dub Schrader, 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch there finds the zone, strike 1. The 0-1 on the way to Schrader, swung on, fouled, strike 2. Creedon at 63 pitches so far here in the bottom half of the 6th. So at this rate, there's a good chance we could see him throw another complete game. He's got one on the season. That one's going to be swung on for strike 3. 2 strikeouts in a row now for Creedon as Cade Burris now steps up to the plate. Burris also 0 for 2 on the day with an RBI back in the 4th inning. First pitch from Creedon finds the zone for strike 1. It looked like the Tigers had started to figure Creedon out back in the 4th where we played the 2 runs to cut the lead down to 2, but ooh, that one's going to come inside. A sidearm pitch there from Creedon will hit Burris, and he'll head on over to first base. That'll bring up Cole Kelly. Kelly, kinesiology major here at Ouachita. 1 for 1 on the day with a walk and a hit and a run scored. The redshirt senior out of Independence, Mississippi. All speed there, finds the zone, strike 1. Creedon having an impressive outing so far today for the Rangers. That's going to be hit fair over to Page. Goes it across the diamond to base in time, out number 3. An impressive throw from Marcus Page over there at third to end the inning. So that'll do it for the 6th inning of play here at Rab Rogers. Ouachita still trails 7-2. We'll take a quick break. Be right back with the 7th inning. You're watching the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At the time, I just wasn't thinking. I used social media to vent. I wish I would have thought about the effects of scaring people. I didn't mean for that to happen. People took it as a terrorist threat. The university got shut down. I got arrested by the FBI. And now, I don't know what my future looks like. I search my name on the web almost every day and look at the stuff. It's not going away. Think before you post.
And welcome back to Rab Rogers Field here at Ouachita Baptist University. Got a new pitcher out on the mound in Michael Soyson. Soyson coming in here for the 7th inning. Soyson, a transfer out of Panola College and hometown of Jasper, Texas. A right-handed junior here for the Tigers. See Soyson coming in out of the pen quite a bit this season. He's got, well, this will be his fourth appearance of the year. 0-2 record on the year with a 4.5 ERA. He's only pitched 6 full innings. In those 6 innings, he's given up 3 earned runs, walked 2 and struck out 6. Opponents batting .286 against him. So we'll see what he can do today against the Rangers and attempt to hold this lead and give the Tigers a fighting chance as they're down 5, 7-2. He'll be facing off against, it'll be leadoff. So it's 1, 2, 3 due up for the Rangers and Norson, Hamakawa, and Johnson. Norson is 2 for 3 on the day so far, with a double back in the 1st inning, a single back in the 5th. He was picked off over there at first. First pitch from Soyson finds the zone, strike 1. The 0-1 popped up out of play, strike 2. Soyson heading the count here, 0-2. Swung on in, missed. It'll be dropped. Brown will have to come out and make the throw over to Kelly inside for out number 1. So it goes down as a strikeout. So a strikeout for Soyson. That'll bring up Yugo Hamakawa. Hamakawa 1 for 2 on the day. A single and a run scored, and a sac bunt back in the 1st inning. Hamakawa out of Tokyo, Japan. Inside for ball 2. Looks like it was a good pitch from Soyson, but just missed that strike zone inside. Behind the count here. I was going to miss for ball 3. That's going to be called strike 1. It's 3-1 count now, so hitters count. Coming into the weekend, Hamakawa was the 2nd leading batter on this Rangers team at .368. That's going to be hit over to Reebok at 2nd, scoops it up, and sidearms it over to Kelly at 1st for out number 2. That'll bring up Dashel Johnson. Johnson 0 for 3 today. Does have an RBI from back in the first. He reached in the fourth on an error. Swung on and missed. Strike one. And then he flew out to left last inning. That's going to be chopped up. Soyson makes the grab and throws it over to Kelly for out number 3. The Rangers go 3 up, 3 down. And that'll do it for the top half of the 6th inning. So no runs score there. Tigers are still trailing by 5, 7-2. They've got some work to do as they're running out of time, and Creedon's going to come back out for another inning of work. He's only pitched 70 pitches through 6 full innings of work. Like I said, he does have 1 complete game on his name this season. Due up for the Tigers will be 5, 6, and 7. So McBride, Mitchum, and Steen. McBride is 1 for 2 with an RBI today. First pitch there finds the zone for strike one. That one's going to be chopped over to Page at third, who throws over to base at first for out number one. That'll bring up Pierce Mitchum. Mitchum is 0 for 2 on the day with a pop-up to the catcher and a ground out to short. That one will be chopped foul for strike one. Creedon has had a very efficient game out there today on the mound. He's only faced 4 over the minimum. That one's going to be popped up once again. Base comes in saying he's got it and makes the grab backpedaling. Round number 2. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Lewis Steen, number 1. Steen 0 for 2 on the day as well. Steen, the senior out of Olive Branch, Mississippi. Been a staple out there in the outfield for the Tigers for a couple years now. Makes some fantastic plays. Pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. You see Creedon switch between normal delivery and that sidearm delivery. Breaking ball there, too far inside. Ball 2. (2-0) is going to be hit down the left field line, but it'll drift foul. That'll be strike 1. Steen does have quite a bit of power in that bat. He's hit it off the wall several times, and he did get his first home run of the season recently. A 2-1, outside ball 3. Two outs here, 3-1 count, nobody on for Steen. Hitters count, the pitch, hit into left center field. London here comes over, nope, and then Johnson waves him off and makes the grab for out number 3. Tigers go 3 up, 3 down once again. And that will do it for the 7th inning. No runs on no hits and no errors. Tigers still trail by 5. We'll take a quick break and be right back here on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
And welcome back to Rab Rogers Field here at Washita Baptist University for the top half of the 8th inning. Michael Soyson back out on the mound for another inning of work. Due up is going to be 4, 5, and 6 for the Rangers. Looking at the book, that's probably the most dangerous part of their lineup today. That's going to be Marcus Page, Blake Hoffman, and Preston Lonadier. The 4 in the 5 hole, that's Page and Hoffman, have both homered today. Page homered back in the 4th. He is 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. First pitch from Soyson finds the zone for strike 1. The 0-1 low for ball 1. The 1-1 count here. Swung on over to Schrader at third. Scoops it up, fires across the diamond to Kelly for out number 1. And that will bring up Blake Hoffman. Hoffman 3 for 3 on the day. Had a single back in the first. That one's going to be hit straight to Reebok at second. And thrown on over there to Kelly at first, route number 2. And that will bring up Preston Lonadier. Lonadier is 0 for 3 on the day. Lonadier did reach back in the 6th inning. Does have a run scored, and an RBI. First pitch did find the strike zone for strike 1. The 0-1 finds it for strike 2. Oh, 2 count here for Soyson. On its way, swung on in, missed. It's dropped third strike. McBride will have to pick it up and throw it over to Kelly again for out number 3. So another strikeout for Soyson. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers, and we'll head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Tigers still trailing by 5. Be right back here on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
And welcome back to Rab Rogers Field. Getting ready for the bottom half of the 8th inning. Tigers still trail 7-2 behind the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers. Creedon back out for another inning of work. Pitch count only at 79 so far. Be facing off against 8, 9, and 1. So the designated hitter Blake Tubbs in there now. That one's going to be inside. Tubbs had to lean out of the way of that one. 4-1. Now he's going to find the zone for strike 1. So far today, Creedon's only given up 1 earned run and 3 hits. That one's going to miss 4. Ball 2. Only walked 1 and hit 1 and struck out 3. 2-1. Swung on, hit straight towards Hamakawa at short. Thrown over to base at first. 1 out now. And that'll bring up Simmons Sowell. Sowell, the senior out of Bar, Mississippi, in Slayton High School. Another kinesiology major here at Ouachita. First pitch there from Creedon finds the zone for strike 1. The 0-1. Just outside, ball 1. One is going to be hit into left field. Johnson goes over and gets under it, makes the grab, out number 2. That'll bring us back to the leadoff in Tyler Reebok. Reebok 1 for 3 on the day. Does have a run scored and a stolen base. First pitch will miss for ball 1. That one's going to be popped up. Erickson, the second baseman, gets under it, calls everybody else off, and makes the grab. Had to backpedal on that one, but that'll be out number 3. Tigers go 3 up, 3 down once again. That time it will end the 8th inning of play. Getting ready to go to the 9th and most likely final inning here at Rab Rogers. We'll take another quick break. Ouachita trailing 7-2. You're watching the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
Field here at Ouachita Baptist University. Getting ready for the top half of the 9th inning. Soyson back out on the mound for another inning of work and due up for the Rangers. Or due up for the Rangers. Had to look at my sheet correctly. Is going to be 7, 8, and 9. That's Base, White, and Erickson. Base 1 for 3 on the day. Does have 1 RBI. First pitch there from Soyson finds the zone. 4 strike 1. That's going to be chopped over to Soyson. Stumbles, picks it up, bops off the glove. McBride grabs it off the hop, but not in time. That would have been impressive if it was. But Parker makes it over to first. We'll see if they score that in error or not. But that'll bring up Jake White. They will rule it as a hit. So Jake White, 1 for 3, steps in, looks at the first one for strike 1. The third base coach giving signs to both the batter and the runner. Called strike 2. White showed bunt but pulled back, so an 0-2 count here. Soyson really doing a good job today. base was the first runner he's allowed in his two innings pitched so far. That'll be called strike 3 for out number 1. Be the third strikeout for Soyson. That'll bring up Brett Erickson. Erickson 0 for 3 on the day. Will be called strike 1. The 0-1 hit, foul. Strike 2. Soyson pitching out of the stretch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 and out number 2. That'll be strikeout number 4 for Soyson. Life stats have him at 3 strikeouts, but that first strikeout back in the 7th, it was a drop third strike that went down as a ground out to the pitcher. Pickoff attempt not in time. We're back up to the leadoff batter now, Dylan Norson, who's 2 for 4 on the day with a double and a run scored. Struck out back in the 7th. That one's up high, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch from Soyson out of the stretch. Great pitch there for strike 1. Like that was a breaking ball there from Soyson. Evens the count up at 1-1. Runner goes, swung on, missed. Throw not in time. But it will be strike 2 as base made it over to second. Throw was close, but not in time. Runner on second here with 2 outs. Soyson's ahead in the count, 1-2. He's already struck out 2 this inning. 1-2 outside, ball 2. Count evens up. 2s across the board, or as Preston Crowder, one of my partners here at OSDN, would say, deuces wild. The 2-2 pitch. To Norson, popped up. And Sowell called off Schrader, makes the grab for out number 3. That'll do it for the top half of the 9th inning. Rangers go 4 up, 4 down, no runs cross. Last chance for the Tigers coming up. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Tigers trailing 7-2. We'll take another quick break and be right back here on the Washita Sports Digital Network. And we are back here. And that one's going to be hit into right field from, that was C-Dub Schrader. And Norson made the grab for out number 1. That will bring up Cade Burris. Burris 0 for 2 on the day. That one's going to be popped up into foul territory. They're all going over to get it, but it's actually going to land in the bullpen for strike one. So Burris 0 for 2 has gotten on base once after being hit in the 6th inning. So it's 2-3-4 due up for the Tigers here. Last chance. They trail 7-5 here in, or 7-2 here in game one. The 0-2 inside, or the 0-1 inside, ball one. That one's going to miss for ball two. Swung on and missed. Strike two. Sid Creedon back out on the mound to finish this game off. That one's going to be hit into deep left center field, or right center field. Land at the wall. So Burris is going to look for three. So a triple for Burris. It's going to go. Nope, nobody's going to go. It went over third baseman's head, but Creedon was there to grab it off the bounce. So a triple for Cade Burris. If that wind was blowing out instead of in out there in right, that one would have been gone. And that'll bring up Cole Kelly. Kelly 1 for 2 on the day with a walk and a run scored. So Burris sitting over there on third after a one-out triple. Pick off, or attempt over there at third, not in time. Creedon now at 94 pitches on the day. There's a chance he could get out of here without hitting triple digits, so that one's going to be hit foul. You've got to give credit where credit is due, and credit is definitely due to Scott Creedon out there on the mound today. The 1-1. Breaking ball there. Strike two. The 1-2 outside. Ball gets through, but Burris holds up at third. That'll be ball two. The 2-2 pitch here. That's going to be hit into deep center field. Londonier going back at the wall, makes the grab just before the track. Burris will check up and come on home and score. That'll be a sac fly for Cole Kelly and an RBI. And that'll bring up Cade McBride. Tigers down to their last out. Trailing by 4 here, 7-3 after the RBI sac fly from Cole Kelly. Bride is 1 for 3 today with an RBI. That hit and RBI came back in the 4th inning. The 0-1 swung on and fouled back. Strike two. McBride's going to have to battle here with 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. McBride, a senior out of Prosper, Texas. The 0-2 to McBride. Fouled. Once again. Another 0-2 to McBride. This time it's going to be fouled once again. So good job there by McBride. He's battling this one just a little bit early. Another 0-2. This one's going to be low and outside. Ball one. One-two count now on McBride. Here's the pitch. Outside again. Ball two. Creedon trying to get McBride to chase. McBride doesn't chase much. He's only struck out 8 times on the year. One of the lower numbers for the main stars. A 2-2. That'll hit McBride. So that puts a base runner on with 2 outs here. And that'll bring up Pierce Mitchum. Mitchum looking for his first hit of the day. Getting to this bottom part of the lineup that has struggled today. For 6, 7, 8, and 9. Looks like they're going to have a quick word out on the mound. So I don't think you'd want to pull Creedon here. I mean, he's got 2 outs, and it's a 4-run ball game. I mean, he's nearing, if he's not, he probably has crossed that 100 pitch threshold, waiting on my live stats to load here. They're going to leave it with him. Yeah, he's at pitch count 105. You've got Pierce Mitchum up. He's hitless on the day. That's going to be fouled out for strike 1. So this bottom part of the lineup for the Tigers is going to have to step up here if they want to have a chance. 6, 7, 8, and 9 have 1 hit today in 12 at-bats combined. Going to be popped up and out of play. Mitchum's popped up twice. Once to the catcher and once to first. Mitchum due for a pretty big hit here. Does have a couple home runs. The 0-2 to Mitchum is going to be fouled back again. Let's see if he can battle back like McBride did. Swung on and missed for strike 3 and out number 3, and that will be the ball game. Northwestern Oklahoma State wins this one 7-3 behind a very impressive pitching performance from Scott Creedon, the sophomore out of Braintree, Massachusetts. Tigers had a few chances, just couldn't get anything rolling today, and they'll drop game 1 of today's doubleheader. 7-2. Game 2 will be coming up here in about, I'd say, around 30 minutes. So we're going to, once we're done here, we'll stop the stream for game 1, and we'll have a whole new stream set up for game 2. It'll still be on the Washita Sports Digital Network YouTube page. Once again, final score from game 1. Northwestern Oklahoma State wins it 7-3. Give a shout out to the OSDN crew. We've got Wyatt Ashlock up here running camera 1. Camera 2 out in center field is Rachel Sensano. And 3 is Brock Ingold. That's the first base camera. And out in the truck, we've had Chris McQuistion, Michaela Monahan, Katie Hatchett, and Chris Babb. This has been Matthew Branch, and you have watched Washita Baseball on the Washita Sports Digital Network.